And it seems like it's all of a sudden. So let me just turn off the Wi-Fi. I reckon it's cracking the Wi-Fi. It is. I reckon it's catching the Wi-Fi, and that's why it's slow. One does apologise. So tonight we are reviewing from the Inveralmond Brewery. It's Lia Fail. Lia Fail. Depending on how you pronounce it. Let me just wipe this. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it looks no better. Yeah, well, I don't know. It actually looks better on StreamYard, to be fair. The screen actually does look a lot better. It works. So yeah, from the Inveralmond Brewery, it's Lia Fail. It's a rich, malty amber ale. Good evening again. From the heart of Scotland, 4.7%. And the interesting thing about this, yeah, I'll read it off the website because it's easier. So, Inveralmond Brewery, their motto, enjoyability. It's that simple ingredient that brings you back time and time again to the beer you love. And at Inveralmond Brewery, we have a century's combined experience in the brewing of it. Good evening. From Scottish legends like Ossian and Lia Fail to our seasonal range, we're in the business of delivering crafting deliciousness, meaning each and every pint tastes as brilliant as the next. And fair play there. So I'll find out. Good evening. How are you? I managed to get a bottle of the Emperor, and your mates down at Westbridge were freezing their butts off. Bless them. So here it says, to craft Lia Fail, our brewers selected flavour-packed dark crystal and chocolate malts. This combination creates a warming, malty body bursting with nutty chocolate notes that we have balanced with spicy aromas from Cascade and Fuggles hops. It finishes full, mellow and satisfying. And there is a bit of a backstory to this, and it don't actually tell you there. So I'll have to get the magnifying glass out. That was it. Down the floor. I knocked it off earlier by mistake. So, Lia Fail, meaning Stone of Destiny, thank you, GoTed, is named after the coronation stone of the Kings of Scotland. So, yeah, right. Let me get rid of that now, and then go back to the, here we go. See where I'm going there. Refresh. Let's pour this out. 3 minutes in. I've not poured it out yet. So I am using the same glass as a minute ago, but that was a clean, crisp beer. Ah. So I like the backstory. What's bloody horrible? I missed that. I missed the comments. So let me just click back onto the comments, because while I was reading, one does apologise. I should be back with you in a jiffy. There we go. Pop out chat. Get rid of that face. Don't want to see my face on camera. Oh, the Stella's not bloody horrible. I was wondering where everyone was going with bloody horrible. I'm thinking, Right. So we all have our faves, don't we? And yeah, I'm not keen on Stella either. I mean, I tried that little version the other day and it was rancid. And I've still got 3 cans of it. So lovely amber looking pour. Good carbonation, you can probably see it. Little ring of whitehead on the top. Is that toffee I can smell? Definitely malty. You're underneath a river. I'd be very, very nervous if I was on a train underneath a river. Yeah, there's chocolates to this as well. Oh, making my mouth water. Oh, nice body to it. The strength, it tastes stronger than what the strength implies. The 4.7%, it tastes stronger. Good evening. Bootlegger. Not me. Are they? Oh, yeah, I think I'll keep away from that. I bet Slurpy's in the pub. So, make sure the back doesn't say anything. Yeah, so chocolate notes, malty, nutty, spicy aromas. Rightio. We'll see what we get. Bearing in mind, I've just drank another beer. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Yeah. It's funny enough, I can taste a bit of nuts now. That's not what you hear when, not what you want to say when you're going into a toilet, mind you. But let's not go down that road. And as we all know, the majority of stuff we drink, no. Although my mate said that he did it to another of our mates, I think more as a joke. But yeah, it's a weird world, isn't it? Yeah, and that's that for that. Back to the beer where we all belong, definitely. Malty into chocolate. There's a nutty element to it. Definitely getting a nutty element, and the more it's going in, you know, the more it's coming more prevalent. I mean, you've got to love the backstory as well. There is a spiciness to it as well. It's a beer that develops the more you... has anybody actually drank... Oh, you've actually drank it, haven't you, Ali? Yes. Have any of the Scottish friends drank it? Just out of curiosity. And can you remember what, you know, you thought of it? What you'd give it out of 5? Just out of curiosity. But even before we get to that side of things. 14 stouts. I couldn't afford 14 stouts. You'd only do it on a one-off, couldn't you? Talking of stouts, for the lady present, look at that for a stout. I do apologise to all the Scottish people. But look at that for a stout. And I do apologise. One of our good fellows is actually from Castle Rock, or works in some way with them. But I've got that to drink this week, a tenner. But oh, I can't wait. And by some lucky coincidence, it chucked it down yesterday morning, so I had to cancel my jobs. And I said to the wife, can I borrow the money off you and go into town? 14 whiskey tasting yesterday. Wow. Ugh. You need to come to my house and have a word with my wife. Get her to drink more. She's Irish and she can drink like a soldier. But she doesn't. She can drink Baileys like it goes out of fashion. Now, when you say 14 whiskies, do you mean like a glass of each of 14 whiskies? Like, you know, like a normal glass. You don't mean 14 bottles, surely. Surely no one's drinking 14 bottles of whiskey. It's got to be 14. To be fair though, I was in London on a Sainsbury's beer tasting course. 4.7%. Very nice. Good dark traditional beer in my opinion. It's got a lot of elements to it. Good complexities. Malty, chocolate and nuts to it. 30ml measures between two. Oh, that's not too bad then. I could do 14 of them very easy. Yeah. You'd kill yourself if you drank too much. At least you're living in a good city now. Yeah. You can't beat Nottingham. I can always remember when Celtic came to Nottingham to play us. It was in a European Cup or UEFA Cup or something. It was a long time ago. I was still living on North Shield Street then, in the middle of Nottingham, 2 doors away from the Arboretum. Well, 3 doors, being pedantic. Champion, yeah, made in Bedford. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? How can you call it? You know, it's awful. Up at 4 a.m. for the boxing. I was up at 6 a.m. and the wife woke me up. She's got a cold. She woke up at 6 and that's it then. That's how my sleep broke. And could I get to sleep afterwards? No. And then somebody was ringing my son, my youngest son, at 7 o'clock on a Sunday. I'm going to start taking his phone off him at nights and turning it off. So if it's 7 o'clock on a Sunday, whoa, that's bollocking territory. But anyway, back to the beer in question. Enjoying this. Oh. Pubs are open inside a week on Monday. Is that why they stopped? That's why they stopped the fight. Wanted something to do with the eye. Yeah. You can't be. You've got to be careful with that sort of stuff. Is it? We've had some good storms there. Fair play. Obviously, your Kent's a lot more further south than obviously Nottingham and drier, I presume. No, Nottingham these days. Oh dear, Nottingham city centre. Oh. Hey, you walk in Nottingham city centre. You're watching for the young lads with knives. Yeah, you know, you've got to live a life. You know, boxing's one thing, but you've got to live a life after the boxing. Silly. The world's silly at times. Yeah. You've got to make, for all these youngsters carrying knives, you've got to make a massive I tell you what, alter ego. You know, as a big fan of the local Nottingham breweries, alter ego, Bang the Elephant, watch them too, Urban Chicken as well. But there's certainly the former two. You know, both of them making some great beers, and they're only little nano breweries. They're only part-time brewers, as far as I know, anyway. But yeah, I mean, with the Imperials from them, there's 3 different Imperials. There was the Banoffee, the Bakewell, and a Maple and Pecan, or something along them lines. And also this week, Totally Brewed have released an Imperial Stout. Black Iris have released Imperial Stout. Neon Raptor, they just... you want Bang the Elephant? Yeah. I don't know which way to take that. But yeah, Bang the Elephant, brilliant. And there may be an offer for me to go round to their brewery and do a bit of a stream. So that would be great. You know, as a fan of beers, you have to read people. You know, I worked on public parks for 20 odd years. You read people. You can spot the idiots a mile off. Usually they're wearing grey and they've got hoods on. But not always, obviously. 4 cans of Club Tropicana. Anything's better than Stella. Kelbourne Brewery from Barhead. Right. I will be taking a lot more notice of breweries this year. It's funny, the more you drink beer and the more you review beer, the more you notice beer. And good beers as well. And yeah, it's going to be... And at the beer festival this year, I usually bolt after about 5 or 6 hours. But I'm good to go for the whole duration. You know, from when we get there till the end. as long as I have plenty of food down there, and make sure I take some good money as well, because it ain't cheap at the beer festival. It's not bad, but it's not cheap, you know. The food, you can't leave. Last year you couldn't leave to go to get cheap food. Oh dear. There might be some rather abbreviated favourite lager. Oh, good evening, Vasco and Disco. I think all us beer reviewers spend too much, don't we? You know, when you count it up, it's frightening, isn't it, how much you spend on beers? Kelburn Jaguar. Right, fair play. Disco tonight. I kept going on to your feed last night, but with Lord's Brewing, but for some reason my internet was playing up terrible. No, Bolton Wanderers from Scotland, from the very high of Scotland, I presume anyway. Yeah, me too, mate. I don't count it up. I know how much I've spent in the last few weeks, and it's been ridiculous. Oh, rightio. You'll have to let me know what you think of the banoffee. And if you've had the vocation banoffee, if you can remember between the two, that'd be interesting. Yeah, it's always interesting to hear other opinions, because we, all of us, have got our own opinions on everything. With, you know, whatever beer we try, we've all got our own opinions, and no one opinion is gold. You know, we're all very different in our opinions, which what makes us personalities. No one beer reviewer, and there's a few beer reviewers there between us, no one beer reviewer has got the same opinion on beers. We may have similar opinions. That's my type of beer. Free beer. You can't beat free beer, can you? Yeah. Yeah, it is all subjective. That side's gone to sleep. Right, I'm on this side only. Yeah, oh, it's coming back up now. It's catching up. I don't watch a lot of other beer reviewers, to be fair. One time. It's so busy at this time of the year. Work, life, beer reviewing, cleaning. I've just cleaned, the wife's not very well, so I've just cleaned the kitchen, put the washing on the line, put the washing on the line, cooked her a dinner, and then came down the beer room. So, you know, typical modern bloke. Yeah, it's nice to see everyone on, you know, especially the people in the background as well. You know, you're missing it's a good community of people. And the whole beer review community is, well, what I've seen anyway. What I've seen. So, need to end this because it's starting to drag on. So, dark amber pour. I'd love to win the lottery, wouldn't you just, hey? Cheers. Yeah, I popped on about 3 times, I think, but for some reason, the internet last night. And I might have had a few pop, I might have had too much pop as well. Yeah, as you do. Yeah, John was very dark. His room was very dark last night. Yeah, it was very dark. So, yeah. Cheers, matey. So, there's a hint of nuttiness. On the nose, it's malty. I've got toffee to start off with. There was a spiciness to it. For me, a very good traditional pub beer. Have you? I need to have a watch at some stage, probably at work, when I'm on my 15-minute breaks. Another enjoyable beer. it's filling me up there. I feel quite full now. God, it's like food. 4.7%. Love the backstory to this. You know, from the coronation stone of the kings of Scotland. That to me is awesome. Out of 5. Ooh. I thought this was a very nice darkish beer. Out of 5 for me, I'd go as much as saying a 4.4. I really enjoyed it. You know, everyone has a beer that hits the spot, and this was one of those beers. Really nice. Right, need to kill off this review to come back with another review. 2 reviews actually. Oh dear. Sucker for punishment, and it's work night tomorrow. Work day tomorrow. I'll do the reviews and then yeah, cops back. We had 3 idiots earlier on these motorbikes, the ones that could go cross country, and they were passing past us on one wheel or wheeling past us. Dickheads. I thought, don't want to get involved with that. Let them go, because our car's more important than their lives. Motocross bikes, yeah, that would have been. And the coppers were chasing them around Bulwell. We quickly got off and away from that. You know, last thing we want, dickheads. They'll kill themselves anyway, then we've already been rid of them. Or they'll grow up and realise that they're being idiots. But, you know, that's life, isn't it? Who's got 2 websites? Yeah, websites are hard to keep looking after. I need to get on with mine, but there's just not enough hours in the day. At the moment, my websites are failing a little bit. But I'll catch up at some stage, and it's a good little resource for money these days. Oh, Westies. What is their websites? Anyway, back in 2 minutes with another review. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, liking and subscribing. And we're on with something special next. Innis and Gunn Whiskey Edition. Oh, now it's getting interesting. Cheers, all. 2 minutes. Oh my God, I'm steaming already.